What is going on YouTube? Hit back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, if we have time, obviously the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the very interesting movements that are happening within XRP specifically and Bitcoin. We're going to be looking at why they are moving the way they are, why we're starting to see a small dip in price, and how it kind of relates to the rest of the cryptocurrencies and pretty much how we can make money off of it. Otherwise, if you guys haven't taken notice, we added a really cool Bitcoin logo. This is a price ticker for XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Pretty awesome. I've also now changed the previous, picture frame hanging right here. This is now a pretty cool Bitcoin logo, as hopefully you guys saw it in the beginning of today's video. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, so before we jump into today's video, I do want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor. Once again, this is Best Change. For those of you that don't know what Best Change is and are maybe new to the channel, we've been talking about them for just a couple of episodes prior to us. This is basically like a Wikipedia for all exchanges relevant to cryptocurrency. They have over hundreds and hundreds of different exchanges, basically showing you guys the different price pairs of cryptocurrency and the cheapest and easiest fees that allow them. So for example, if you guys had, Bitcoin and you wanted to exchange it for Dash, Dogecoin, Nano, or Ripple, let's say Ripple, for example. So Bitcoin to Ripple, it will then give you guys a whole price list of all the different exchanges that are available that will allow you to exchange Bitcoin to Ripple, or even crazier ones like Dash to Zcash, some things that you wouldn't find maybe on Coinbase Pro or exchanges like that, maybe even Binance. This allows you to do it. It shows you the cheapest fees, as well as it gives you reviews over here, which is great. These have obviously what is in red is negative reviews and green is in positive reviews. So you can choose which ones have the best reviews. Use that, click on the link that you want. So let's say we do Changely. You can just click on this and it will bring you direct link to that exact exchange, where it will then allow you to exchange Bitcoin into the token that you wanted Bitcoin into an XRP. So it's literally that simple. Definitely make sure to check them out. I did link them in the description down below. Huge shout out to them once again for sponsoring today's episode. Otherwise, jumping into today's video, I do want to show you guys just yesterday's video, basically talking about how XRP Ripple could basically make you rich by 2020. As a lot of hype and surge is kind of forming around cryptocurrency, we're starting to see a lot of these altcoins kind of surge in prices. So I do have Bityard pulled up right here, and this is something that I wanted to continue to discuss. Now, I do have Bityard. This is Bityard to USDT, or sorry, XRP to USDT on the Bityard exchange. Now, I am going to be flashing forward in between the XRP to US dollar charts as well as the XRP to USDT tether charts for reference. So definitely make sure to understand that those are different charts entirely. And yes, they look similar. There are certain traits and characteristics about them that are different. So notice here on the USDT tether to XRP or XRP to tether, you'll notice they do have a beautiful symmetrical triangle, which we've been tracking for a very long time on the channel. And just recently, let me just adjust this. Boom. Boom. Just recently, we've actually noticed a few very interesting things. We actually managed to close below our uptrending support, and the price has actually been correcting lower and lower and lower. This is a huge thing we've been discussing for a long time. The reason we've been discussing this is mainly because the second we saw a confirmation break below our support, we knew to buy in and actually to short the market on the correction to the downside. Now, if this continues to pan out, this should allow us to continue making some pretty big profit margins on a short possibility in the market. So there is a small support right here, which you can see has actually been broken as well, as we're starting to close below here, probably just another hour or two before we close today's candle below here. And this is giving us prime and ready reasons to buy into short. We already know that we've shorted it down to this level, then we have accumulated and capitalized off the movement. And now we're getting ready to short it once again as we start to swing lower. Now, not only are we looking at the Bityard chart for reference into when to buy in, so it's obviously, leverage it, let's say by 25 times. We then click, we would click sell. We enter the amount we want to trade around with, let's say 2,000. And then we click the sell position right there and we'll start to short the market. Now, I want to swing you guys over to the XRP charts that I have pulled up here. Notice a few interesting things. XRP on this chart looks a little bit different. I did actually extend this bottom support just a little bit not too long ago in a video. I had it up like this, which was a clear confirmation of resistance. And then a lot of people were sending me charts to my email at cryptotvofficial@gmail.com, as well as to my Twitter and Facebook, sending me charts that I should correct the chart lower. And I did so. And the interesting thing is not only did I lower this here, but I did add this, sideways resistance or sideways support. That was the same thing on the BitYard chart here. And notice that we're actually closing below here. So for the few factors to play into consideration, not only do we break below the moving averages, we broke below this bottom support here, as well as our support here. So there's multiple, resistances and supports that have been broken, and we're clearly consolidating below this support here, which is a grand sign that we're probably going to be buying in very soon. 2 hours left in today's candle. If today closes below this support and this uptrend here, then there's a very, very, very high chance the market is actually going to correct lower and down like that. So with that knowledge, definitely make sure to be spending very close attention to the charts, set up ticker alerts, whatever it is you want to do. Make sure to watch these videos the second they come out, as well as joining my Patreon, where I pretty much publicize when these movements happen and how I've been capitalizing off these trades. So definitely make sure to notice that the last couple of days, the past 3 days to be exact, have actually managed to wick all the way back up above support. But the fact is, today's candle looks like it wants to close below here. And if it does manage to close below here, we're pretty much priming ourselves for a correction all the way down to the bottom. That's something we have to pay very close attention to. Obviously, when it does, I will be shorting on BitYard, which is also in the description down below. Now to look at the other cryptocurrencies, you'll notice that Ethereum is in some sort of ascending triangle where we do have this uptrend as well as a resistance. The prices seem to be bouncing and pretty much consolidating below resistance here at 416. But for the most part, it seems like we're pretty much just consolidating upwards. Now, I do believe we're going to continue to slowly head upwards, but we do have room to head lower to 375. And for the most part, these coins have been acting pretty much inversely to the other cryptocurrencies we've been watching. So definitely don't base all of your, analysis and all of your investing strategies on just one cryptocurrency. It's best to have a look at everything at once. We've also talked about what's going on with Bitcoin. As Bitcoin pretty much appears to be correcting lower, we now know that if we start to see the reversal in Bitcoin, volume will move out, hopefully, of Bitcoin's prices and move into the altcoins such as Ethereum and XRP. That's why I want to be a little hesitant on whether or not to be buying in right now. Obviously, the way XRP looks so late looks like a correction is bound to happen. But if Bitcoin, continues to drop as it looks like it's just about to start to do, volume should trickle into XRP and we'll see XRP price pump. Vice versa, if Bitcoin starts to head up even higher, which it's definitely a possibility, as you can see, we've consolidated back down from 82 all the way down to 70 on the relative strength indicator, it should allow us to head up even higher. If Bitcoin heads higher, then it's either time to buy into Bitcoin and buy long, or to buy into XRP and short the coin, as the markets seem to be acting inversely very soon. Lastly, Litecoin, which is pretty much just trading sideways. It looks like we're about to have what appears to be a bearish cross on the MACD, as well as the relative strength indicators look like they're heading lower. The fact is, a lot of these cryptocurrencies are basically waiting on Bitcoin. So it's really up to Bitcoin and what Bitcoin wants to do. The fact that we're now consolidating back into some more neutral territory will allow Bitcoin to pretty much pump even higher. So we really do have to spend quite a bit of time looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin pumps higher, we can either buy into Bitcoin, leverage it to the upside, or we buy into the altcoins like XRP and short that, as they have been acting inversely once again. Lastly, to wrap up today's episode, we are going to be looking at the S&P 500. I just want to reset this, which I just caught. There we go. Oh well, we'll shut that off. And lastly, just to pretty much wrap up today's video, you can see the S&P 500 has been acting inversely. We've been discussing that the neckline price right here at 32.92 is basically the temptation point for the market to pretty much decide which direction it wants to go to. As the elections approach, it kind of is very similar towards what exactly is happening within the prices. For the most part, we discussed that if we bounce off bottom support at the neckline here, we could head up slightly higher. I think this is way too overextended to be a cup and handle. Still very possible, but it really depends. If we break through resistance, or sorry, bottom support here at 32.86, there's a very good chance we're going to start to correct lower and lower and lower. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Huge shout out once again to Best Chains for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure to follow me on Twitter as well as subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.